Okay, update number 5, which is the absolute most exciting update of all. Those of you who have followed me pretty much from whenever, forever ago or whatever, know that I'm not actually a makeup artist. And I've actually had a lot of new subscribers of the messages that I've read so far, because I have so many of them. I'm not a makeup artist. I have never had any sort of training whatsoever in doing makeup. It is just something that I picked up along the way, and I ran with it. So, yeah. But you also know, or I can't remember how I started that sentence. So anyways, those of you who have followed me throughout the beginning know that I have been looking at going into doing this as a career and into going to school for it. So I actually applied for a school, the North Carolina School of the Arts. They have a wig and makeup program where you could actually get a bachelor's in it, and it would be a bachelor's in design and production with emphasis on wig and makeup. I think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. So I applied for it, and my interview was on March 7th, and it went really, really well. It was the funnest interview I've ever had. Like, we went on a tour, you know, that morning of the campus, which I'd already been on a tour anyways, because I went, you know, for the open house thing that they had back in November. But I didn't mind going on a tour again because, well, I figured it was going to be a place that I was hoping would become my second home. Why not become even more familiar with it? So we went and we did that during the morning, and then we broke for lunch, and then we had our interviews later that afternoon. There were 3 other girls, or no, 2 other girls, so there were 3 of us total that were going for the wig and makeup program, for the wig and makeup program. And yeah, I was actually really pretty nervous going into it, but I got to talking with some of the students who were actually already in the program and, you know, doing the classes and everything, and they helped calm me down and, you know, basically just told me more about the program, you know, from the student perspective and stuff. And I went into my interview, and actually by the time I sat down, I was actually really relaxed, which was really, I don't want to say it was odd for me, but it kind of was, because I typically, I don't know if it comes across on my videos, but I'm actually a really shy person whenever I meet new people. Really shy. Like, I'll sit there and talk to them, but I really pretty much hold back until I feel like I really know the person. So the fact that you guys actually even see me on video is a huge step for me. But yeah, I went in and, you know, felt fine, wasn't nervous, wasn't feeling shy. You know, they asked me all the questions that I pretty much predicted that they would ask me, which is pretty much just, you know, being a military wife and having to move wherever the Army tells my husband to go. There's not really a lot of demand for makeup artists wherever an Army post is at. So that was their main concern. But I mean, that was stuff that I'd already talked about with my husband, and, you know, I told him that and whatever else, but blah, 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 blah. Moving on, fast forward. We were told that we would get a reply on the interview and on our status, our acceptance status, 2 weeks to a month from when we interviewed. Well, 4 days later from my interview, I got a letter in the mail. So I started freaking out, thinking that they didn't want me, thinking one of 2 things. 1, that they didn't want me, or 2, that it was just a, you know, oh, thank you for showing up and you'll hear from us in this amount of time, or whatever sort of letter. I opened it up and ended up screaming my friend's ear off. Yeah, she pretty much almost went deaf. I think she thought that I was actually in a car accident, but then she remembered that I was at home packing to come to Tennessee. So yeah, she had no idea what was going on. And then when I finally calmed down and finally caught my breath after jumping around the house and screaming my head off, I was able to read my letter to her. And yeah, I was accepted. Or, well, they forwarded my application to the admissions committee, which pretty much means I'm accepted, you know, unless my background check comes back with something bad, which as far as I know it really shouldn't. If it does, there's something wrong. But yeah, so that's the most exciting news after all. And if you're wondering why I'm not excited as I should be, it's really pretty much because now, you know, I know I'm accepted and everything, but now I don't even know if I'll be able to attend, mainly because of financial purposes and stuff like that. So, I don't know. My husband and I are trying to pull some strings, or, you know, work things out and figure out what our best options are and stuff like that. But, yeah, so that was my most exciting thing. Oh, and like another thing too, like during my interview, they were looking over my portfolio. And I mean, this was stuff that I already pretty much knew that I was good at, and, you know, that you guys have already complimented me on. But yeah, like one of the teachers, you know, who was one of the faculty members who was, you know, one of the teachers for the makeup program, complimented me on my blending skills. So I was like super duper psyched about that, because that was just like, oh, you know, because they're pretty much, you know, people who are working in the industry, and they're giving me compliments on my makeup, and I really have no formal training at all whatsoever. So I was super duper excited about that. Like, I think, like, I remember calling my husband when I was walking back to the car after my interview, and like, I was, you know, they complimented me, yay! So yeah. But that's all the updates that I can think of for right now. I can't think of anything else. And this will probably be a two-part video, because I really don't feel like editing this thing down. And I'm pretty sure it's not under 10 minutes. So anyways, this was my quick update video with all my exciting news. I kind of posted a little bulletin about it on MySpace, to let you guys know to keep a lookout for it. So yes, I am back to finally do some more tutorials and videos. I have a request list that is a mile long, and I'm still not done reading messages on my YouTube messages. So yeah, I doubt that I'm going to be able to get through all of my request lists, only because I have some requests that are like from way back when. And I really need to get those ones done, just because, you know, they've been waiting for a long time. And for those of you who've been waiting for forever for me to do videos, thank you so much for being so patient with me and stuff. So yeah, but that's about it. That's all I have to say. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments, your messages, your love, your support, your wondering where I am and if I've fallen off the face of the planet. I have not. I'm here. There was something else I was going to update about, but I really cannot. I don't know. I don't think I can remember what that update was. It was something new, and different, but I don't know. Maybe I'll think of it later. Bye.